Hey, howdy, hey everyone, it's me, Chuck Chumbucket. Guys, today's gonna be my first history lesson, and I just want you guys to know I love history.
The stories they have to tell are super intriguing. I find history fascinating because we can learn from the mistakes that have been made in the past.
And, look how many cool things have happened in the past. Wars, art, the Titanic. There are so many things in history that have intrigued me over the years that I just want to share some of these things with you.
Now, I know educational videos are not that popular on YouTube, but in my opinion, I think I picked one of the most fascinating topics for a video on history.
And that is the Renaissance. Okay, let's start from the very beginning. When did the Renaissance occur? Well, there's a lot of debate on when the Renaissance occurred, but I'm gonna say around the 1400s to the 1500s. But where did it occur? Well, the Renaissance occurred here. Let me get my globe. Right here, in Europe. And now I'm gonna tell you guys what the word Renaissance means. To all you Jimmy Neutron fans out there, that kind of sounds like Renaissance.
Are you going to finish that croissant?
Get it? Well, it turns out the word Renaissance means rebirth or revival, which makes sense because the Renaissance was the rebirth of knowledge and the revival of learning. But what was the motivation for the Renaissance? Well, the motivation of the Renaissance had many reasons. One of them was the fact that many people from different cultures were communicating with each other. So the interaction of ideas and philosophies were traded between many tribes, countries, and states. And people learned from those ideas to create stuff like inventions or new ways of studying. And another motivation for the Renaissance was the ideas learned from ancient Greek and Roman texts. They were extremely useful to many philosophers and learners who wanted to learn more about just how the world works. And my final reason for what the motivation was for the Renaissance was humanism. Humanism basically means any human can make a difference, and well, since every human thought they could make a difference, they said to themselves, I want to do something that'll change the world for the better. Now, I'm pretty sure the first thing that comes to mind when someone mentions the word Renaissance is all of the artwork made in that time period and all the artists that worked in that time period. 3 examples of artists that worked during the Renaissance include, but are not limited to, Donatello, Michelangelo, and everyone's favorite, including myself, Leonardo da Vinci. These artists had a huge part in changing the art form during the Renaissance, and for the better. Donatello, he made the statue of David, Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, and the most famous painting of all time, the Mona Lisa, was made by Leonardo da Vinci. And of course, many items were invented during the Renaissance. Examples of them include gunpowder, which helped charge guns and cannons to make them fire, my personal favorite, ice cream, and probably the most important thing ever during the Renaissance, the Gutenberg press. And now it's time to talk about everyone's favorite Italian family. No, I'm not talking about the Corleones. I'm talking about the Medici family. The Medici family ruled the city of Florence throughout the Renaissance. They were the reason the Renaissance was able to grow. And it grew because they encouraged the expansion of arts and humanism. Down to their core, the Medici family was just a bunch of merchants and bankers, but they were the leaders of all the Florence merchants, so they were a big deal. And because their business in the merchant industries was super profitable, they became extremely wealthy. And because of their influence, the Medicis decided to support learning. So, they encouraged a bunch of people working in arts, architecture, and sciences to continue doing a good job at their work. And because of this new motivation, money, a bunch of people from all over the place, they decided, hey, I want to make a difference. Not because it'll help the world, but because I want some money. Okay. Money wasn't the only motivation. Now that I've told you that the Medicis had a huge influence on Italy, you're probably asking, but what about the ancient Greeks and Romans? Didn't you say earlier that they had a huge influence on everyone? Yes, I did say that, and now I'm going to tell you what their influence was. Ancient Greeks and Romans had an outlook that the importance of, well, basically life was attached to you as a human being than to divine matters, and, well, I can see why they said that. The ancient Greeks and Romans had evolved from their original religion so much that at one point they actually believed that their human lives were just as or more important than the lives of the gods. And this way of thinking led to the creation of humanism,
which, as we know, inspired many men to become pioneers in their fields of study so they could create inventions that would change the world for the better.
And this led many people to encourage kindness because they believed that its value had a huge potential. It also made many philosophers in the Renaissance to encourage people to solve situations in the most logical way possible.
In fact, these factors helped shape humanism into what it became in the Renaissance.
Okay, before I end the video, I want to leave us on a high note, so I'm going to say 3 positive things on how the Renaissance has affected our world today. Okay, so first and foremost, I just want to say that religion was hugely affected by the Renaissance. And because of Martin Luther's 95 Theses, people felt inspired to create their own denominations that they felt corrected the wrongs that he pointed out in his 95 Theses. And because people were told that their opinion was just as important as the clergy, people decided not to just split away from the church just one time. They decided to do many, many times. I don't even know how many Christian denominations there are because there are a lot. A lot of people have different opinions, which is good, but like, wow. My point is the Renaissance gave everyone's opinions a voice and made them feel safe that they could believe what they felt was right. Another way the Renaissance has positively affected the world today is through art. Throughout the Renaissance, many new techniques that are used today to apply to art were discovered, and this, along with the influences by people like the Medici family, encouraged many people to create pieces of music, literature, and artwork that even today we are astounded were made at the time. And this final thing was probably the most important thing discovered during the Renaissance. And that thing is knowledge! During the Renaissance, the Europeans greatly enhanced their knowledge. Before the Renaissance, people didn't even know there was a North and South America. Some people even thought the Earth was flat. Oh wait, even today, some people think the Earth is flat. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it? What I'm trying to say is, we discovered a lot. We learned that the sun was at the center of our solar system, not Earth. We expanded our territories to North and South America. Cool. We also were having people invent a bunch of flying machines. I mean, like, heck, Leonardo da Vinci was ahead of his time. Be so technologically advanced today and our world wouldn't be so technologically advanced today if it wasn't for the pioneers back in the Renaissance. And to that, we owe a huge gratitude to the scientists back then. Well, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Please, if you like this video, give it a like. And subscribe to my channel if you want more. Like this video if you want to see more videos like this, or give it a thumbs down if you don't like these type of videos. And, well, I guess that's it for this time, and I shall see you guys later.